Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining Nugent's webinar on 5 symptoms that your loan origination is slowing you down. My name is Hitesh Hooda. I'm working with Nugent as a financial services expert and been with Nugent for almost 8+ years now, and will be taking you through our webinar for today. So let's get started. So first of all, we'd like to discuss what's driving the banking and financial institution industry in the year 2021. So certainly based on our discussion with some senior stakeholders and senior personnel within the industry, with our prospect, with our customers, existing customers, we have come to identify the four or the initial parameters that has been driving the industry, which are unprecedented economic disruption, definitely due to COVID-19, and the market has started to become very competitive in nature. So different financial institutions, they are giving different products at competitive rates. So the loan origination time frame has decreased. Competition in the market has certainly increased to quite an extent. And also the member and the customer expectation keeps on rising. So with COVID or prior to COVID, digital channels, the way the experience that is delivered to the member or the customer, that has also increased. And then there are external forces that also play a very important role, which can be US and China relationship, the elections in US, and other factors globally as well that play a very important role in the banking and financial institution industry. And all of them, they typically lead to something around a digital solution with cloud offering. And today we are going to discuss on the loan origination standpoint. Now we'll go through a quote wherein there is an often quoted in the old banking formula, which says 363, which means raise deposit at 3% and lend at 6% and play golf after 3 p.m. Now that has certainly been tossed around because of the digital channel, because of the digital lenders that have come up, and they now say it in form of a 3-1-0 system, wherein 3 minutes to decide, 1 minute to transfer the money, and 0 human touch. So certainly 0 manual intervention or low touch kind of a scenario wherein quickly you can apply for a loan and that loan is disbursed. When it comes to a commercial loan kind of a scenario, then yes, manual intervention is required to handle those scenarios. And that has been the change in paradigm. That has been the change, the trust, wherein digital lending is becoming very competitive and is playing a very pivotal role in the banking and financial institution era. And also it also points out to the fact that if you do not have a loan origination solution, or if it is an inefficient or a subpar loan origination solution, then it is somehow impacting you on a very broader level. Now we took a study, we understood the study that was done by State of Digital Lending by the American Bankers Association for the State of Digital Lending report. And through that report, certain key identification or certain key points were identified, wherein the State of Digital Lending found that only 11% of the bank surveyed offered commercial lending digitally as of 2018. And that number was on the higher side when we talk about a small and medium business or a small business loan. But that is also not encouraging, because in this digital era, it has to be on the higher side. And if we talk about banks or financial institutions in terms of the expense that they occur, for the traditional processes, for the traditional way of doing a loan, it takes about 6 cents on a dollar, wherein as compared to a digital lender, it takes about 2 cents or 2%. So there is quite a gap in terms of the operating expenses that do come up when we are using the traditional method as compared to the digital method of loan origination and disbursement. Now, as Yoda said, the digital imperative is upon you, and do or do not, there is no try. So if you have not yet embarked on this journey of digital lending or digital imperative, you are losing out on a big chunk of your customers or your prospects. And one way or the other, you have to embark on this journey. If you have a subpar loan origination solution, then yes, definitely this can be one of your pain points or the symptoms that is slowing you down in this challenging times in this digital marketing era. Now, what we've done is we'll talk about broadly the main 5 symptoms that we have understood based on our discussion with senior stakeholders, senior people, wherein the symptoms or the reasons that the financial institution has, because of which they are slowing down in terms of in the loan origination piece. And we'll cover each of them in detail, but broadly, the loan application abandonment. So customers, they start the application, but they leave that application in between. That is one of the reasons. The second is cross-selling piece is not used optimally or in the best fashion. So you're missing out on the cross-selling opportunities for your existing customers or existing applicants. Overworked workforce, because of certain scenarios wherein you may not have an automated platform or a solution, the workforce is overworked and they are running here and there to capture data, to get audit trails, and not able to perform their activities in a efficient and organized manner. And then there can be latent cost and losses. So bank and financial institutions certainly incur indirect cost owing to their poorly designed or implemented loan origination system. And we'll talk about what kind of cost are we talking about in this when we broadly touch this point. And then compliance can also be another important piece of the puzzle, wherein you are not able to handle the regulatory compliance, reporting is not up to the mark. Now we'll talk each of these points in a detailed manner and how you can overcome these problems. So the first is loan application abandonment. And some of the points or some of the reasons that we have identified based on our discussion is because the financial institution may have disjointed processes because of siloed applications and functions that lead to a broken experience and undesirable delays. So maybe you only have a web portal wherein you are doing that data entry or capturing that information, but it is not taking that decision in seamless manner. And then someone is redoing or rekeying that data again in the loan origination system. You may have long and complicated forms over the web portal that takes a lot of time to fill that data. Maybe it is not cross-channel in nature. Maybe the documents information is required is extensive, and that leads to a lot of friction and frustration, and the user or the applicant or the customer is abandoning those applications. And also maybe you're not able to communicate with your customers in an effective manner or effective fashion. So whenever they're submitting an application, they would like to understand and receive those timely results or updates. But if that is not happening, so it leads to broken experience for the customers. Now, how to tame abandonment, how you can overcome this? Use process automation to bridge silos for a smooth customer journey. It has to be an end-to-end process wherein you have a web portal which is seamlessly tied with a back-end loan origination workflow solution, wherein audit trails are happening, activities are audited and logged, decisioning is happening, all the relevant communication is also being done. You have a omni-channel and cross-channel solution wherein there is seamless movement of data that is happening. All of these will lead to a very seamless experience and enhanced experience for your customers. And you need to use new age technologies for automated content ingestion for the submitted document. So if I'm submitting a standard document, say W9, driver's license, or a utility bill, if that portal or if that solution is able to understand what kind of a document has been uploaded, it can also handle those nuances, those scenarios or use cases in a very efficient manner, whether it is a financial document that has been uploaded as well. So that's the first symptom that you can overcome to give better experience to your customers or prospect. Then the second symptom is missed out cross-selling opportunities. Now, during that entire life cycle of an application or your existing customers, you may have multiple cross-selling opportunities that you may or you are not able to use properly. So those can also be one of the problem areas. Now, because the current loan origination system is subpar or is not up to the right, the customer delight is not happening. Maybe you are missing out on relevant context or information, and since you don't have that information, you're not able to offer cross-selling products. When we talk about, say, I'm in need for an auto loan, maybe I'm in need of an education loan or a credit card. Based on the information that you already have, you can run business rules and try to identify what kind of cross-selling options are available, or is that applicant is eligible for, and you can use it to your benefit. And certainly that is something that you might be missing upon. And also, since the loan closure can also be a very long drawn process, people get frustrated and it leads to the cross selling, missing out on the cross selling opportunities. Now, how you can enable upsell and cross sell is definitely by using automation, process automation, which is an end-to-end loan origination process which offers a great seamless customer member experience. Integrate with the third-party systems, as well as machine learning or predictive tools or content analytics to drive that context and reach out to your customers or prospect. And also, if you're able to authorize access to your knowledge workers, to your branch users or people who are directly reaching out or working with the customer or prospect, if they have that context, maybe an individual has a child that is in his 18-20 years of age. Maybe there is a requirement of an education loan. So if you have that context, or if you have that data point ready, then you can certainly use it to your benefit. So if those information are displayed or shared with your knowledge workers, then certainly it will lead to a lot of benefit. Now, the third problem or symptom can be overworked workforce. Now, in case of a manual or paper-driven process, certainly there are a lot of chances of errors or frustrated employees. Maybe that can be a key reason. So if you have an automated platform that uses business process management, enterprise content management, customer communication management, and RPA, you can use these technologies and leverage the benefit of each of these platforms or each of these technologies to give overall seamless loan origination experience to your customers. And also they may be performing, some people might be rekeying that data again, moving out from one system to the other to perform some credit check, or doing that financial spreading in a separate Excel file and then copy pasting that data again to generate that term sheet or credit memo or offer of credit. So those tasks can also lead to problems. And if you're having a loan origination solution that can handle or cater to all these scenarios, then certainly your workforce would be happy. And if you individually talk about those pillars, so your relationship managers, they can focus on their customers for cross-sell, upsell, for that experience. Your loan officers can put in their mind, their time to high-value transactions. Credit head can work on innovative product and offering that can expand and scale business. So if you are able to use the process automation properly in a very seamless manner, your internal employees can be or can work on different areas that can scale your business and provide a better experience to your customers. Now, talking about the fourth symptom, which is latent cost and losses. Now, certainly there can be scenarios wherein your team is not able to identify or assess risk and fraud situation accurately, and that may be severely limiting or hampering your current finances. So that is one aspect. Maybe your financial institution users cannot access the relevant context information when needed. So if you have to go through the financial spreading documents, maybe they're supposed to expire, maybe the financial documents are due for the next financial year for financial spreading. If you don't have that information handy at the right time, so this can lead to a lot of latent cost, rework, and problems. And certainly, regulatory requirements might not be handled properly. So ineffective loan origination solution can increase these costs, increase the service problems that may be there. Now, if you rework or replug and use an automated straight-through processing loan origination solution, you may be able to handle all these problems. And also the real-time information access to the right people at the right time can also overcome these latent costs and losses. So a loan origination solution which is seamless, which can handle compliances, which can handle audit trails, which can provide the right information at the right time, which can provide relevant email notifications or alerts or reminders to the respective users, can certainly stop the problems or the symptoms around the cost and losses. Now, the fifth problem or the fifth symptom can be around compliance. Now, if you don't have an automated or a poorly designed loan origination system, your non-compliance or can also be a very important factor. And your decision makers, your workers, they may be taking certain critical decisions. And when you have to go back and see the audit logs, the audit trail, and when you have to showcase as to why a particular decision was taken, since you don't have that supporting data, you may have a risk around, you may be vulnerable around risk and regulatory penalties. And also, since you don't have that information in a proper fashion, it can also lead to some compliance related problems. Now, how do you overcome that? Implement content services that can check on collaterals, on financials that are due for the customers, and also, keeping the risk and credit managers equipped with relevant information going a long way of sustainable good risk rating. And also tighten your processes, audit trails, if they are implemented as part of your loan origination solution, can help you understand even 1 year, 2 year down the line why a particular exception, how that particular exception was handled, what sort of additional approvals were taken. So your compliance, your reporting, all that is handled through a loan origination solution that can handle all these problem areas. Now, if I broadly categorize, we did talk about 5 symptoms, but if I have to list some more symptoms, these are some of those problems that you may currently be facing, wherein you may just have a siloed web portal. Maybe there's no data duplication check that is there to see past applications or applications in different branches that an applicant may have initiated for a loan. Data pre-population from driver's license may not be there. You are performing financial spreading in Excel files and then rekeying or recopying that data into Microsoft Word or templates, and generation of documents can be some of the symptoms. Also, your risk rating is not up to the mark. It is not automated. It is manual. That can lead to certain problems or manual errors. And we did talk about the omni-channel and the cross-channel experience. Apart from that, whenever financials are due or any other notification, alerts, and reminders that are required, those can also be one of the problem areas. If you don't have a exception handling or exception management capability in your current loan origination solution, that can also lead to problems and handling of compliances or policy exceptions, how you are handling those policy exceptions. And also, if you are physically moving the paper, so it can take a lot of time to get the loan approved, whether we talk about a retail loan or small business or business lending loan or a commercial loan origination solution. So physical movement of paper can also hamper the total turnaround time for approval or disbursement of that loan. So these are broadly some of the symptoms, if I want to categorize that, are the benchmarks of a subpar loan origination solution. Now, just having a look or a few thoughts on understanding your members, your customers, your prospects. So we have clarity, say take Sarah, Mia, and Joe. They are social media savvy or digital savvy people. They are typically comfortable over a digital method. So they do not differentiate between financial services from retail standpoint or entertainment standpoint. They don't want to go to the branch and would prefer a digital method if they want to apply for a loan. So these are some of your customers who are in the late 20s, single. Now let's meet David, who's in his late 40s. He's a senior executive. He has gone through and he understands the traditional banking and trust that was used initially, but he understands that he does not have to go to the branch every time. He would like to use a digital method and transact and use those methods, and only when it is required to go to the branches, at that time he should go. So your different customers, they are from different age group, they have different expectations, so you have to have a solution that can cater to all these nuances, all these customers. Now, when you're talking about digital transformation in a loan origination standpoint, do consider the following, 5 pointers that which are again in conjunction to what we did talk about, the 5 symptoms, which wherein you already have a loan origination solution and may not be up to the mark. So the processes are complex, whether it is retail loan, small business loan, or commercial loan. The processes are complex based on the organization, whether it is a bank or a credit union. And then every member, every customer is unique. They have their own expectation, they have their own requirement, and you have to handle all those. Your solution should handle all your members' expectation or your customer expectation. Now, processes are people intensive. So your relationship manager, your credit head, your approvers, they're all required as part of the application or that process. So it can, if you have a loan origination solution that is seamless, if it handle the zero touch or the no touch loans, it should also be able to handle the high touch loan based on the loan amount, based on the nuances, and accordingly people would get involved. Operations are document intensive. So based on the type of loan, whether it is a commercial loan, which is a document intensive process, there are a lot of in-process documents that are generated. Similarly, if you talk about a retail loan, so minimal documents are being generated. So based on the type of loan, the operations around documents are handled or are taken into consideration. And certainly the lending are rules driven. The lending decisions are rules driven. So if you have a retail loan, small business loan, or commercial loan, a solution should be able to incorporate your financial institution rules, their credit policies, so that accordingly the decision can be taken. So your system should be nimble enough to handle your specific rules to have a seamless member experience or customer experience. Now, what's the solution considering some of these pointers, some of the symptoms that we have seen? Certainly automation using Nugent's low-code lending platform. So that is one way wherein you can overcome the problems. We have had extensive experience in the lending space globally as well as within the Americas geography. And we do have individuals and Center of Excellence team that can help organizations who are suffering from poor loan origination system, and overcome those problems that they may be facing. Or maybe you are looking for a loan origination system, so you can use Nugent's low-code platform for that piece, for solving that piece of the puzzle. Now, I'll just spend a few minutes on Nugent as an organization. So we are a global organization working in 69 plus countries. We invest a lot on research and developments, and in the financial year 2019, we had filed more than 44 patents. We have more than 560 plus active customers who are using our platform, our business process management, enterprise content management, and customer communication management tool for various solutions. And more than 300 plus customers, active customers, are using our solution either for retail, small business, or commercial loan, or they're using us for account opening. And we have globally more than 2,800 plus employees. From a recognition standpoint, we have been recognized by industry analysts such as Gartner and Forrester for the enterprise content management, the business process management, low code platform, and the customer communication management. So we invest a lot on R&D, we invest a lot in these relationships, and these are the pillars that we use to create end-to-end loan origination solution for retail, small business, and commercial standpoint. Just to talk about broadly from a workflow standpoint as to how we handle scenarios and how we handle the loan origination piece. So our solution, we automate the loan approval workflow, the loan origination using our business process management platform, and it sits on top of a document management system which allows seamless movement of documents that are either generated or captured during the life cycle of the loan application. In terms of workflow, some of the pointers are, automated routing, exception handling, escalations, decisioning, tracking, and reporting. And if we talk about the broad level, steps, if I have to broadly say that, application is either submitted through an online channel or through the branch, based on the type of loan, whether it is retail or small business, you may be pre-qualified or an auto approved for a loan. But if it is a commercial loan, then additional level of due diligence and data entry would be done. Someone would be reviewing your application, would be underwriting that application, would be uploading financials, doing that stress testing on those financials, and all the application would go into a approval or a approval matrix or a lending tree matrix for decisioning purposes. And once the application is approved internally, it is offered to the customer through a offer letter. And once the customer approves, he can you can generate the final loan agreement or closing docs through a doc prep system and send to the customer for signature through DocuSign or e-sign system, that is Adobe Sign or SignX, those third-party document e-sign system. And once the agreement or the loan agreement has been signed by the customer, you can book the loan into the core banking and do the loan disbursement. From a integration standpoint, we would like to leverage your existing investment in terms of integration with core banking, online banking, the credit bureaus, the fraud check system, the NAICS check, e-sign, USPS, and certainly from a solution and capability standpoint, we offer a financial spreading module for higher value loans for commercial and small business loan, and risk rating. All of those scenarios, all of those points can be incorporated as part of our solution. So broadly talking about the Newgen loan origination workflow in a solution in a workflow driven environment. Now, I do want to say that, think big, start with the Newgen loan origination solution, earn quick wins and expand. So maybe currently you have a requirement around retail, small business or commercial loan. You can use Newgen platform, and our platform can be utilized from multiple solutions, multiple banking solutions, which are seamless, which talk to each other, which are very tightly integrated, which use many pieces of the puzzle, such as business process management, enterprise content management, customer communication management, and can help an organization like you to quickly be up the curve on that digital journey in case you are not, or improve if you already have a loan origination solution that is not so solving your current market needs and requirement. We are not expensive, we are not large, we offer the best of both the world, that is build versus buy. We have a ready framework, we have a ready solution accelerator that you can use for our retail, commercial, small business standpoint. Since our solutions are built on a low-code platform, you have the capability of easy change management. We are not a point solution which take hours and hours of coding to make changes. We are a configurable solution, so organization-specific nuances, needs, and requirements can be very easily handled and changed going forward. So our solution would never be obsolete. Since it is a platform, it is modular in nature. It can cater to those specific scenarios that your current point solution may not be able to handle. You can also do a phased implementation, one step at a time, faster time to market. So you can start with either a portal, then the back office, or do a full-fledged loan application, lending, origination solution implementation. You can start with retail, go forward with commercial or small business going down the line, and certainly even add account opening or trade finance or other organization level solutions from a banking standpoint if that's required. Now, Nugent has been transforming banks globally. So these are some of the numbers just I wanted to share with you, wherein we have achieved for many of our customers, and it does give a broad overview or a highlight wherein we have achieved 50% reduction in operation cost, 75% increase in tracking and monitoring of loan application, 80% reduction in the process turnaround time from initiation to loan booking and disbursement, 90 to 95% improvement in first time right. So if you have a solution, an automated loan origination solution, it can make things seamless. It can handle and do a first time right activity for your prospects as well as your internal employees, and certainly 99% plus improvement in quality and compliance. So these are some of the numbers that we have achieved for many of our banking customers. Now we'll talk about some of the reasons as to why you should select Nugent software. So I'm going to give you 10 reasons as to why you should go ahead with Nugent loan origination solution or with Nugent as an organization as your trusted partner. So we have a streamlined lending process which is low code and it is readily available on cloud. Faster product rollout with off-the-shelf solution accelerator. So we have ready-made solution templates that we call a solution accelerator, which are nothing but something similar to a point application, but it gives you the flexibility to reconfigure and handle your organization specific nuances or scenarios. Seamless integration that can help leverage existing investments. So already you have invested a lot in online banking, core banking, credit bureaus. So we integrate with these systems to offer a seamless experience to your customer and prospect. On time and in budget implementation, we have a configurable and rules-based framework. So going forward, you can make changes to the rules, you can add more rules and accordingly handle any changes in terms of compliance, in terms of approval going forward. Real-time comprehensive report and audit trail. So all activities are audited and logged in our system. You can generate reports as well using our business activity monitoring tool, which are drill down reports, which can give you understanding on operations in terms of output, in terms of numbers that we have achieved. Dedicated center of excellence team for banking verticals. So as part of our implementation, we include people or stakeholders who have been in the industry for more than 30 to 35 years, who have been ex-bankers, who understand these problems or these scenarios very well and would guide you in terms of a digital transformation journey. Omni-channel as well as cross-channel experience to serve your customers. Lower total cost of ownership and a proven tech track record wherein for the last 3 decades we have more than 1400 plus global deployments around in 69 plus countries. So before I wrap up the session, if I talk about some of the silos that we bridge to offer us truly digital experience for our customers, we have a low-code platform which is digital first to embark on the customer journeys, self-serving kiosk which can be put up in the branches for opening or applying for a loan, flexibility of change due to any regulatory requirement or compliance requirement or any other new requirement that may come up using a low-code platform. Solution is again omni-channel and cross-channel, so irrespective of the medium, the member experience or the customer experience would remain the same. Integration with many core banking system, credit bureaus, online banking, CRM, industry databases. So we have we have an integration team that is based out of a Tampa, Florida office, wherein we work on integrating and adding on more third-party systems as part of our platform, so that whenever we implement our solutions for a new customer, we can use our previous experience based on the POCs or based on the integration that we achieve with other third-party systems. You can generate documents such as offer letter, credit memo, term sheet, executive summary, all as part of our loan origination solution. And we can also integrate with the doc prep system for generation of loan agreement and the closing docs. Our solution or our platform also has the capability of machine learning and AI-based intelligent document classification and process insight. So identifying what kind of a document has been uploaded, whether it is a driver's license or a W-9 or a financial statement. So the solution can learn and with a level of confidence can identify what kind of a document type has been ingested on the platform. So these are some of the pointers wherein we are bridging the silos for a truly digital experience for our customers. Before I close this, I would like to say platform eyes, wherein use our solution, use our platform, and then automate and add multiple other solutions going forward. So you can start with one, you invest on that platform and minimize your cost, your working with multiple third-party vendors. You can have a single platform that can cater to account opening, to retail loan, commercial loan, small business loan, trade finance, all on the same platform, and reap the benefit going forward. With this, I have come to the end of the webinar. I hope I was able to share some insights as to some problem that you may be facing and how you can overcome it, and offer a seamless, frictionless experience to your customers, to your members going forward. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Stay safe. Have a nice day.